on the front, pray before you go. Oh, it's that stalwart dual sport motorcycle with the beak like the Fruit Loops toucan. The KLR 650. Let's check it out. I'm just kidding. Actually, it's very functional. You do need that gap, you know. You get that fender too close, you get the mud buildup. This is very much made for off-road. Yeah, dual sport, you can take it on the road, which we're about to find out. I'm going to hammer it and see what that one-cylinder 650cc motor has to say. But this really was made for off-road. It's kind of a glorified dirt bike, really. You've got almost 8 inches of suspension travel in the front, 7.9 inches. You have 7.1 in the back. That is a lot of travel. The tires are very much set up for off-road. You've got a 90 on the front, a 130 on the back. Thin knobbies are pretty much what comes with it, so you can cut through gravel and water. This thing really is made for this kind of stuff, fire trails and whatnot. You know, Honda makes the XR650 the one banger, but it's carbureted. This is fuel injected. The XR650 is air cooled. This is liquid cooled. I just think you're going to get more longevity out of this. All right, there's your 12 volt right there. All right, so you have all kinds of magnificent features. You have clock, trip A, trip B, and odometer. You do get a fuel gauge, and it will tell you your miles per hour. Let's take it on the highway and see what that one-cylinder 650cc motor has to say. Let's go for a ride. All right, pretty tall bike. I'm 5'9.5", and I have to tiptoe this bike when it's upright at a stop. All right, let's rev that one banger. At the tractor pull with Bigfoot and Snakebite. Tickets to just $10. So that motor sounds. But even sitting down, you know, it feels good, well balanced. Really nice, really nice. Turn signals are, I'm giving it every opportunity, not self-canceling. Tickets are just $10. At the tractor pull. That's what this motor sounds like, man. Feels very linear. Let's hammer it. Yeah, it's there. It's there. That'll get you on the highway. Okay, let's get around this thing. Very industrial. Alright, very cool. Alright, so I'm doing 70. I'm in top gear, hitting it, and yeah, it's still got plenty of pull, even with one cylinder. This windscreen's not particularly good. I got some buffeting on the top of my helmet, but I would swap that out for something if you're going to be highway bound for a while. I would probably get something, see if Jivy makes something. That Jivy air system I've got on my Versus 650 is amazing. If you watch the Kawasaki Versus 650 review I did, the green one, that's the one I bought. You can watch that on TG MotoRider. You'll see the air system on there. If you see that Jivy air system, get it. It's amazing in the wintertime. Holy smokes. This bike feels great. This motor is not screaming at me. I was doing 65, 70. It wasn't screaming at me at all. We're going to come back around on the other highway and give it the beans again. Make sure I'm not crazy. The brakes feel bitey and good. You know, if you fix the windscreen situation, you're not going to hate it terribly on the highway. Now, if you like cruising at 90, 95 miles an hour, yeah, you might not like it. When you put it all together, excellent fuel range, 6.1 gallons, great suspension travel, excellent off-road ability, and 80 watts of power for your peripherals. 80 watts. That'll give you heated grips, stereo system, and a disco ball. Well, maybe not the disco ball. You gotta wind it out a little bit. But you know what? 80 watts of peripherals? Look, if you're on a budget, okay, if you're on a budget and you want an adventure bike that's going to get it done, that is hardy, that is reliable, it's going to last you. I mean, it's Kawasaki. I checked out the durability and the longevity of this one-cylinder bike thinking, well, you've got one cylinder, that has to take the RPMs. You know, usually that load gets shared by 2 cylinders, or 6 in the case of my Valkyrie. You know, so, but you know, even with the 1 cylinder, people were getting 75,000 to 100,000 miles out of these bikes. So I don't know if I'd worry too much about that. So it really does kind of give you a lot for what you're paying, and it's tough, really tough. And KLR people love their KLRs. In terms of the pull is there. It's there. This motor's not screaming at me. The wind buffeting is, but if I were to take care of that, this bike would be fine. Now, no, it has not got the comfort or the pull of my VFR 1200X Cross Tourer. You know, it's sort of mid-ranged on the price point. This is a 2022. I think it's going for around $5,500. You know, it doesn't favor the highway as much like my V-Strom did. The V-Strom's kind of a 50-50 split. My VFR was more highway sport tourer with, by the way, if you want to go off-road, here you go. And it had a lot of torque. My VFR 1200X Cross Tourer, amazing bike. The KLR, for what you're paying for and what you're getting, this would be more like the apocalypse is coming. You need something that's got good pull, but sips gas, and you can go pretty much anywhere with it. Now, it's a little wide for trails, I think, but you know, if you're going to go deep trailing on it. But if you had to get across the country and you wanted to go and do some fire trails and you wanted to go camping, this bike's excellent. You go through the water, this bike will get you through the water, and 460 pounds wet. It is not heavy. My VFR 1200X Cross Tourer was over 700 pounds wet. This is 460 pounds wet. And that's with the 6.1 gallon tank loaded with fuel. That's very nice. This thing comes off as something that's very easy to deal with. The suspension's soft, and I will say this seat, stock, is much more comfortable than the V-Strom seat. 100%. That V-Strom seat was designed by the great-great-great-grandnephew of the Marquis de Sade. The V-Strom seat was inspired by a Depression-era ironing board. You know, the kind that folded into the wall and then fell flat and didn't even have the pad on it? That was the inspiration. The inspiration being, we want the rider to be as miserable as possible, so they have to spend the $800 on Corbin, Mustang, or Sargent, which, by the way, are all very good seats. I will never understand why they don't put a comfortable stock seat on an adventure bike. The most comfortable adventure bike stock seat I was ever on was the Harley Pan America. You can watch that review on TG MotoRider too if you want. The Harley Pan America stock seat, to me, was incredibly comfortable. And this stock seat is very comfortable as well. It's got enough cushion and bounce. It feels like it's got good gel in it. So yeah, I would not hesitate to buy one of these, you know, for mid-5,000s. And with the peripherals you can put on this thing, you're kind of set for the apocalypse. I wouldn't worry too much. You can run over those zombies. The suspension travel is good enough for zombie crushing. You know, wave hi to Daryl and Carol. And then, yeah. Now, let's do some slow maneuvering here. Thin tires, you're high up. Goodness. Is it easy to maneuver? Yeah. It's pathetically easy to maneuver. I'm not even leaning forward on the tank to do that thing you have to do. It's just sort of... Oh, yeah. This thing is so easy to deal with. Oh, for Pete's sakes, yeah. Adventure bike. Serious peripherals you can get. It's got a great electrical system. It's got great fuel range. It's got excellent suspension travel. It's set for off-road. It's got the knobbies usually stock when you get one. Yeah, why not? I don't think this has ABS on it. Okay, well, let's get one thing not going for it. I like ABS. But if you're going to be doing more off-road, you're not going to want the ABS anyway. You're going to want to squish around the rear on it a little bit. So you won't want the ABS on it anyhow. That's my review of the Kawasaki KLR 650. Put Jesus on the front. Pray before you go. TG MotoRider, signing off. Do get a fuel gauge, and it will tell you your miles per hour. Risk of being spoiled by your motorcycle today? 0%.